Hello, I'm Ellie from Little Angel Theatre and welcome to day 3 of our Makeup Puppet in a Week course. Now this course is suitable for 5 to 7-year-olds with some adult support or 8 to 11s working more independently. However, it's so much fun, so anyone can get involved at all ages, maybe older siblings or parents can make one of their own as well. This is day 3 of our course, so we have already designed our puppets. We should have made the head, body, hands and feet. If you're not at that stage, you can follow the links in the description of this video, days 1 and 2, but you can catch up. Today we're going to make the arms and the legs and we're going to put it all together. Today is a little bit tricky, so do make sure you have an older sibling or an adult to help you out on some of those trickier bits. So today you are going to need some plain paper, some masking tape if you've got it or other tape if not. You're going to need a pen or a pencil, you'll need some scissors, you'll need your white craft glue or PVA, you're going to need some bamboo skewers. If you do have a hot glue gun then that can be really helpful, but do be careful with them as they can get very hot. Right, let's get started. We are going to begin with the legs. The first thing to do is take your piece of paper and fold it in half lengthways. I'm going to cut along this fold so that we've got 2 separate strips. Once you've got your 2 separate strips, we're going to take one and a piece of string. I'm going to lay it across our strip and we want to make sure we've got a little bit of string coming out the end and we're a little bit of a distance away from the edge. And the string's coming out at this 90-degree angle from our strip. Let's see that here. I'm going to tape that into place. Top, bottom, I'm just going to pop one in the middle as well just to make sure it's extra secure. And then from that point we're going to roll it up. Don't make that roll too tight, that's going to make the width of your legs. So however loose or tight you roll this up, that's what's going to make that. Once you've got that and you're happy with the width, you're going to tape it all closed. Pop one on the top and one at the bottom. Next we're going to take this foot shape that we've already made and we're going to make a little hole in it, just where the leg will come in. Think about the leg coming in and we've got an ankle here and that's just where we want to make a hole. So we're going to use the tip of a bamboo skewer or a sharp pencil or maybe even the tip of some scissors. I'd get an adult to do this for you though because it's quite difficult and you don't want you to hurt yourself. You're just going to pop a skewer in here. You give it a little twist and push hard to get through all those layers of scrunched up newspaper. So it's really far into the foot. Just like that. Now if you do have a hot glue gun, you could put a little bit of the hot glue gun into this hole. Or you could drop some PVA in there. Or you could just tape it in place once we're done. So what we're going to do, we're going to push this end of the string into the hole. So lay it over and then with the end of your skewer or a pencil, push it in. Once that's all tucked in, you're just going to tape it into place. And that is one leg ready to go. You're going to do exactly the same on the other leg. let's move on to the arms. They're made in a very similar way to the legs, but with just an extra joint to give you that movement on the elbow. Next, take your hands. You should already have strings attached to these. They work the same way as the legs, but they're just a little bit more tricky because you've got this hand attached to it. So, you're going to take your sheet of paper, you're going to fold it into 4 lengthways. So that's 1/2, 2 halves. And then you open that back up and cut those out into strips. Once you've got your 4 strips, again, take one. This time you're going to tape it straight onto a string that has the hand attached. So you want to add a little gap between the paper and the hand so that we've got a little space for a wrist. And again, leave a little gap between the string and the edge of the paper, and you want the rest of the string coming out at this 90-degree angle from your paper strip. So we're just going to tape that into place there. And just like we did with the legs, we're now going to roll that up into a lovely tube. Try not to make it too tight again. Now, the one thing that makes this a little bit different is because you've got this hand attached to it. Occasionally, as you're rolling, you may just need to flip your hand over just to keep it moving along with you as you go. Then you want to just tape again at the top and bottom of your roll, nice and secure. And then so we're going to take your second strip of paper, and again leave this little gap for the elbow so that we've got some movement there, and tape the string into place. And we're just going to roll the whole thing up just like before. You can see that's getting a little bit twisted, so I'll just flip the hand over just to keep it going in the right place and tape in place. Top and bottom. The other arm has worked exactly the same way. So the next thing to do for your hands is to take one of your bamboo skewers and you're going to thread it through this bottom section of the arm, just the bottom section, like so. And then you're going to push it into the same hole as the string of your hand. You get an adult to do this for you. Gently turning the string helps to force it in as well. Make sure that's really nice and secure. That should be pretty strong and it should stay in by itself, but if you do have a hot glue gun, you can add a little bit of the hot glue into the hole that you've just made. So pull your string out a little bit, put some hot glue into there and stick it back in. You could also drop a little bit of PVA in there if you don't have a hot glue gun, but it will stay secure more or less on its own anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. That's what's going to give you the control that you need to control your hand. You can turn it from side to side, operate the wrist, and also move your elbows. And we're going to do that on both hands. Thread it through just the bottom, your forearm, and then jab it into, just like so, your hand. Now we've made our arms and legs, it is time to attach them to the body. So first decide where you want your legs to attach to your body. Do you want them to come in on the side? Do you want them to come in underneath? Have a little play with what that looks like. Maybe recheck your design that you made earlier in the week. And once you're happy with where you want the legs to come, mark them underneath. I have it coming here, I think. Once you've got your little mark, we are going to take that bamboo skewer or that sharp pencil or the tip of some scissors, and an adult is going to do this for you again, and we're just going to poke a hole through our paper mache. Give it a little twist, whatever you're using, to really help dig in there. We want that nice and deep so that we've got it nice and secure. Now before choosing your leg, you want to make sure which leg you're looking at. So here I've got my big toe on this side. Our big toes are always on the inside of our feet, so that makes this leg needs to be on this side of the body. So I've got the hole in the right place. I'm going to trim off some of the string, so you don't need all of this excess. Just want a little bit sticking out of the top. Then again, using the end of our skewer or a pencil, we're going to poke the string into the hole, just like we did with the feet. And once you're happy with that placement, you're going to take that into place. If you have a hot glue gun, you could have put a little bit of hot glue into that hole before you push the string in to make that really secure. Or you could have put in a little bit of PVA glue as well to try and make sure that that joint's really strong. And then we'll just tape over the top. I'm going to put one on one side, put my body over, tape on the other side as well. Oops! That's one leg. Now we're going to do exactly the same on the other one. So I'm just going to mark where I want it to come, make my little hole, trim off the end of our string. Remember, if you've got a hot glue gun, now's the time to put that in there. We could drop a bit of PVA in, and then you're going to take your pencil or your skewer and really push that string all the way into your hole. And then again, tape into place. And there we have my legs. The arms are connected to the body in exactly the same way as the legs, but there's just a few things that we need to check before gluing them on. We need to make sure that our palms are going the right way and our elbow joint's nice and free and easy to move, and the stick's coming out in the right direction. With puppets, you always want your thumbs pointing to the sky, palms in, backs of hands out. So that's what we need to remember. This is this hand, like so, and you want your stick to be coming out of the outside, the furthest side of your puppet, so it's nice and easy to control. So just make sure that that's all lining up really nicely. And you're going to do exactly the same. We're going to take the ends of our thread. You can trim off a little bit of that, it doesn't need to be that long. And we're going to use our pencil or a bamboo skewer, and we're going to poke it into that hole. All the way in. Once it's as tight into the body as you can get it, we're just going to tape that into place. 1, 2. That's one, we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Remember, our thumbs pointing to the sky, back to the hands out, palms in. We want our rod to be coming out of the outside of our elbow, so I want it to go in that way around. And let's stick it into my hole. Once that string's all in, we're going to tape it into place. Again, looking great. Lastly, let's attach that head. We are going to glue that securely to the body, so it's not going to have a moving neck. That's going to make it much easier for puppeteering later. So first thing you need to do is decide where your head is going to join your body. Do you want it straight on the top or a little bit further down? Think about what that means for your character. Like if they're a bit hunched over, maybe they're a bit older. If they're very erect, maybe they're younger. Have a little play, maybe check your design and see what you'd like. Once you've decided where the head and the body are going to connect, mark them with a pen. So I want it to come right at the very top here, but I'm going to have it quite far back here for my head because I want him to have a little hunch and a little pot belly. Once you've marked those, you're going to do the same again. We are going to take a bamboo skewer and we're going to poke a little hole. Really twist it and push it in as far as you possibly can. Do the same where you've marked it on the head. Now you're going to take a little bit of bamboo and you're just going to cut it down a little bit. I just used a pair of scissors on mine and they worked absolutely fine. You can't just snap them, but just watch out for little frayy bits if you do that. You're going to take your PVA and you're going to dip the end of your skewer in. You're going to get a really nice big blob. Let it run down bamboo skewer a little bit, and then you're going to push it into the hole in your head, just like so. Then you're going to stick the other end in, a little bit trickier, get a big blob on the end, let it run down a little bit, and then stick it where you want your head to join your body. Really push the two together till it's where you want it to go. If you have a hot glue gun, you could use hot glue instead of the PVA and stick it in the holes rather than on the sticks. Now what you need to do is just let that dry. So find a really nice safe place for it all to sit. Make sure that it's all in its right position and let that dry until that joint's really secure. Really push that head onto the body so that they connect, and you can put glue into that gap as well as you push it down to really make that extra secure. If you haven't had a glue gun and you've been just popping a little bit of PVA into those joints or just taping them shut, it would be a great idea to just paper mache over those joints, particularly between the head and the neck, just to make sure that it's extra secure. If you can't remember how to do that, do check out the videos from day 1 or the worksheet on day 2, and it'll give you instructions to remind you how to do that. Leave your puppet somewhere safe to dry overnight and join us tomorrow to find out what to do next. See you then. Bye.